So welcome back to Obviously Fight Talk, and we are now joined by Linton Vassell, who takes on Liam McGeary at Bellator London. So Linton, welcome along to Obviously Fight Talk, and thank you very much for taking the time out and training to come on.
No worries, that's fine, man.
The first thing that people will notice when they're watching here is look at that weather.
Yeah, is that South Florida weather?
Oh God, yeah.
It's been raining though, to be honest. You caught me on a good day. Yesterday it was torrential rain, and Saturday it was a bit windy. But today the sun's come out, so I thought I'd come outside and
show off.
Yeah, we'd love to be able to say.
Show off, yeah, show people like, you know, what's up.
So Linton, you're leading into a fight with Liam McGeary. Now Liam fought in Bellator Belfast as well. He was originally scheduled to fight Chris Fields. That fell through. He was then getting Vladimir.
Lost it.
Yeah, lost it. And then he got Brett McDermott. Did you watch the fight, and what did you think of his performance with a short notice replacement?
I thought he struggled. But I forgot the guy's name. That's my bad.
Brett McDermott.
Sorry, that's it. Yeah, he's a strong guy though. So I think he surprised Liam. But I pretty much had that first round as a draw. They both dropped each other, and then he ended up actually on top of Liam. So yeah, I had it pretty much, a very close round. But Liam caused more damage in the fact that he cut his eye open. So, Liam solved the problem.
In that as well, in that fight, as obviously Liam will tower over a lot of his opponents as well, but you could see that McDermott was getting in close in range. Did that give you like a little bit inkling as well? Because obviously he's going to be the bigger, as you're certainly no small man, but McGarry he'd make most people look small as well. So did you see something in that fight that you could exploit?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I've been working like some real good positions, getting in close, and obviously for the takedown and stuff. But also, me and Brett are totally different fighters. Yeah. I don't fight the way Brett does. Brett's like, I'd say a lot more stockier, and he has to get in. Where I'm just as long as Liam, if not my reach is actually longer than his. Pardon me. But he's taller. But I will be the smaller man in this fight. But yeah, I see some holes where I can obviously exploit and get in there and work my game.
And what's the training setup like? Because it was obviously the big kind of public split of the Blackzillians. How's your training going? What's the training setup like now?
For me, it hasn't really changed. The team did split, but there's 2 gyms where I train at. So I'm getting my groundwork with Neil Melenson still, and my wrestling groundwork also at combat with Greg Jones, and then my striking with Henry Hooft. And there's a lot of the team go to both gyms. Yeah. So for me, that's what I do, and I'm getting my training in at both gyms. Like tomorrow, I'm going to be at Henry's doing the MMA sparring with some big guys out there, and then back at CS to do some groundwork again with Neil. So I had a real good session with him today. So just keep working, keep drilling, and then I head back to England on maybe the 5th of May, and then just start getting ready again.
And looking ahead to that card as well now, and it seems to be Bellator, they really seem to be investing heavy in British and UK fighters. And when this card was released, along with obviously Bellator will always be compared and put alongside the UFC. And when the UFC's most recent visit to London was announced, a lot of people were saying, wow, Bellator are firing the bigger guns here, and a lot more people are excited for this card. So what do you think with the investment in a way that Bellator are putting to UK, and in general the stars of the UK now, you can see it just seems to be on the bigger stage now. There's more British and UK fighters on the bigger shows.
Yeah, I definitely think Bellator have done such a good job with marketing UK fighters. With the British Invasion card, I think that really boosted all of us up, because we fought America and we won. So that was a good platform for us. and then they came to London in July last year, and now I think this is probably the biggest card they've actually got. You know, now it's actually time for, instead of doing obviously, you know, UK versus everyone else, now it's two of the top light heavyweights, me and Liam now actually fighting each other. We knew at some point that would happen, but yeah, Bellator doing such great things, and I only see it going forward with them signing other top light heavyweights also, and other top talent throughout the weight classes.
Would you think it'd be fair to say that UK MMA is probably at its strongest right now, with Michael Bisping being the middleweight champion in the UFC, yourself and Liam, and this big spot on this card? Obviously, Paul Daley headlining the card. Would you say it's probably the best spot it's been in quite a few years at least?
Oh, seriously, yeah. Like this card is stacked, and I'm really looking forward to seeing Paul Daley versus MacDonald. That's a great main event.
Yeah. As well, like you can see the UFC are announcing they're coming back to Scotland as well. So it is, you can sort of see the turn is coming. That old thought of a European fighter, take him down, beat him up, that's gone now, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. You know, the UK are showing the Americans and the world, you know, we're no joke. As I say, Bisping the world champion, I don't think anyone really expected that. And now, yeah, he's, you know, taking care of a lot of people. And I think with this, obviously, the drug ban, a lot of people were getting caught. Yeah. It just shows how many people was on it, and now they're just slowly going down, you know. So it definitely shows a lot of people was on it, and now the true talent is actually showing.
Is that something as well, just while you're bringing it up, do you find do you have to, with Bellator, is it different with the ins and outs of, do you have to give where you are that they can come and give it you a test, or are you sent that you have to go on certain days for testing?
For us, they test us, I think it's usually the day before or the day, I can't really remember. It depends. It's usually, I think, the day of the fight. We do it like a drug test before, and then we do a drug test like the day of the fight.
And as well with Bellator, there's been a lot of talk with a lot of big names going to Bellator now because of the UFC's like sponsorship deals. Iaquinta just had a fight there and he's been complaining. Do you think that gives Bellator a huge kind of, you know, for fighters to look at, oh, I'm going to be able to have my own sponsors on the Bellator show, so maybe even the bigger names will come over?
There's so many people that are unhappy with this stupid, you know, sponsorship where you get a set amount of wage for your fight. So a lot of people are actually losing money. Yeah. So as soon as their contract's up, it's a lot of people are either coming to Bellator or elsewhere. And I think for Bellator, that's a real good, you know, marketing thing for them then. So obviously they're willing to pay the fighters the money and get the sponsorship. So it's a win-win for Bellator.
It's a silly question because you're a Bellator fighter, but it was always perceived that if you were the UFC champion, you were the #1 guy. Is that gap closing now? Is it no longer thought of that way, or do titles mean that much to fighters, or is it you just want to beat the best guys?
For me, I just want to beat the best. Like when I was younger, it was always I want to get to UFC, I want to get to UFC, but so much things is happening, and it's not all about UFC. As I say, like there's other promotions. UFC is probably it definitely is the world known. Everyone knows of the UFC, but as I say, people are leaving because they're not happy and they're going elsewhere. So for me, I'm happy at Bellator. They're paying me right. I feel like they're treating me good. I've already had a world title fight, you know. So now I feel like I've gone back on that path again, and I'm only one fight away from another world title fight.
The one thing I'd only criticise Bellator for, because I do think they're doing amazing work and promoting the fights brilliantly, is the television deal over this side of the world. Unfortunately, to watch it over here, you have to be either watching an illegal stream or have yourself a dodgy box. So that's one thing that they really need to resolve, so we can get to watch you guys fight on the regular.
Yeah, no, I understand. I think that's one bad thing that they're doing really wrong, and they're losing out on a lot of TV viewers there, because you don't want to see you know, oh, here's the results on Twitter or Facebook or something. You want to see it live, you know, and it's a bit annoying staying up till like 4 in the morning to watch someone where, you know, or actually finding out on social media and then seeing it the following week. Because I think that's what they've been doing, is showing it, you know, the following Saturday on TV.
We spoke to Liam after his last victory in Belfast. We were up in Belfast covering the show.
Yeah.
He seemed like, as we were talking to him, he seemed like a real cool, laid-back guy. And when he was speaking about you, he said, you know, I'm not going to talk shit about Linton unless he fucking talks shit about me. And then I'll talk shit about him. And then we get the fight.
Yeah, no, I understand.
And do you think that this is something that... It's come new into MMA that some guys feel they have to bite at the other guy, or are you happy enough just to go in, show respect to one another, sell the fight in a good hype, and then just get it done in the cage?
Yeah, like people that know me and have been following me for the last 10 years, I'm the same. I'm not like a chat shit talker, but if you ask me a question, so who's going to win? Obviously, I'm going to say myself. I've got no bad words to say about Liam. He's a good guy. We've actually... You know, we're our friends, that's the thing, but it's business, you know, and I've got to go in there and beat him up, and he'll say the same thing. He's got to get in there and beat me up because he wants the same thing as I want, a world title. So yeah, I'm not into chatting shit, vice versa. If he chats shit about me, then it's only fair for me to chat shit about him. But we're both going to get in there and we're both going to punch each other in the face. We're both going to try and break each other's bones and stuff. So, you know, we can buy each other a drink or some cheesecake or whatever, and, you know, talk about the fight after.
Everything goes according to plan. You get the victory. How soon again are you looking to stay active? Because I know with the cut you were originally meant to fight Francis Carmon, you got the bad cut. You were that sort of sidelined you for a while. So are you looking to have an active remainder of 2017?
Oh, of course, yeah. I actually got cut in July last year, and then I actually fought Francis in November. And seriously, the cut is fine. I've been sparring. I actually had a fight. You know, the cut's fine. Yeah. So obviously, if I don't get an injury in this next fight, then I'll be looking probably to fight within August, September, maybe. You know. As I say, it all depends what they've got next for me. I'll be looking to fight for the world title after this fight.
Just to bring it back a little bit back to the training side of it as well, do you feel the move to the States as well and training as when it was Blackzillians with the likes of Rashad Evans, Tyrone Spong, Anthony Rumble Johnson, these guys, do you feel that has elevated your game as well and brought you further along?
100%, without a doubt. I'm sweating here. The main reason I actually moved here was for them. Yeah. And there's so many other guys here as well that are top talent, and I'm getting that working. You know, Volkan's just signed to UFC. I don't know if you see his fight. Yeah. He's one of my good friends and training partners. We both actually moved here pretty much the same time, for the same dream. Yeah. I'm getting a lot of good training in, you know, so I can't moan. And there's a lot of guys that are coming up as well in the pro rankings that are giving me trouble. So I'm more than happy.
I have to ask you as well, just as it was a shock to us when it happened as well. But Anthony Rumble Johnson, was that known leading up to that Anthony was going to step away, or did that take you guys by surprise?
1 second. I'm going to go in the shade quick.
Yeah, no problem. We don't have that problem here to go into the shade.
Hello.
Yeah,
with Rumble, hello, sorry. Yeah, with Rumble, I had no idea.
No idea?
No, I had no idea that he was going to retire. So for me, that was a big shock.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's sort of stuck everyone. And I know Henry Hoof got a bit of slating from that. People were giving out saying that he didn't come into the ring or to the cage, but Henry had said he had left and he couldn't get back in time. So I think that was just confusion because they seem to be pretty tight, the two guys.
There's no drama between them at all. But you know, people like on social media, someone puts something and it just blows up. Yeah. But yeah, them two are real close. They've been through a lot together. So Henry wouldn't have been like, oh, you know, you lost, see ya, and then forget all about him. Obviously, he went out the ring, didn't get back in time. You know, it's a little mix-up. But yeah, I didn't know he was going to retire. And Henry and AJ are just as close friends as they was before the fight. So.
And what's your opinion on that? Do you think that he should have stuck around, or do you think, you know, a fighter, once they say they want to retire, they should, you know, they should probably just go with it?
Seriously, there's plenty of times where I've been like, oh, do I want to do this? But I actually do. I think it's just like everyone. And, you know, he's been around, he's fought the best. He's just had enough. Yeah, you know, it will happen. And I think one day when it happens to me, where I actually do think this is it, then yeah, I think I will retire. But right now, you know, I'm good, and I feel like I've still got a good 5 years in me before I retire.
If you could fight, I'd obviously, you know, we're talking dream fights here as well. Obviously, you have a big your hands full here with Liam McGeary as well. But if you could fight anyone in your weight class, who's the guy you call? Who is the fight that Linton Vassell would love?
I'd love to fight Fedor.
Oof.
Like, Fedor is, like, you know, class is one of the best. And I've mentioned to Bellator plenty of times I'd love to go to heavyweight. So, you know, once him and Mitrione get their fight on, that could be a fight that down the line, you know. Yeah, Fedor would be a great fight for me. You know?
What do you walk around that, Linton? Because I know Fedor is, a lot of people say, like, he's sort of a chubby light heavyweight, if you like. So he could really make light heavyweight if he tried. But what do you walk around that? Would there be a big difference between you and Fedor if you weren't cutting?
If I walk around normally 230, 235. So what's that? 108 kilos, is it?
Yeah,
something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, round about that. Yeah, so, you know, if need be, I could put back 240 and still be in shape.
Yeah. Talking about Fedor and Mitrione, who's your pick on that one?
I'll go for my teammate Mitrione. You know, and I do think Mitrione definitely has all the tools, you know, to beat him. Probably first round as well. He's a big, strong, explosive guy. Like I've been with him a few times, and it's crazy how he just explodes.
That's one thing we always talk about, is his athleticism and the speed that he covers. For such a big guy, he's so quick.
Yeah, you don't expect it. Like, wow, okay, he just moved from there to there, and that's all them years of him playing professional football.
Yeah.
American football. So yeah, my pick is definitely Mitrione. So
first round knockout.
You know, and I'll be there as well, watching live.
Nice,
excellent.
So to make us a little bit more jealous, how is the living over there? As we can see, you're sweating just sitting down.
Yeah, seriously, just chatting. This is my car here.
Very nice.
This is my sponsored whip.
Nice.
But other than that, the weather's good. I'm happy. You know, I've got a girlfriend out here that I've been with for the last 10 months. I can't complain. You know, I feel real good. My training's going well, so life's perfect right now. All I need is a world title to make me that little bit more happier.
Well, I tell you, we wish you the best of luck. Looking forward to the fight as well. Thanks a million for taking the time to come on and chat to us. We'll definitely chat again. Get you on again to come on when you're going for that world title.
Yeah, I'll come back on again.
Excellent,
absolute champ. Best of luck and enjoy the good weather.
Take care, boys.
Cheers, you man. Take care. They are Linton Vassell. He's gone for world titles and he wants to fight Fedor Emelianenko.